Well, hey there, elegant listeners.
Was that your Irish accent?
Yeah, that's my Irish. Well, hey there, elegant listeners. And
Top of
welcome
the
to
morning to you.
the Pot of Gold episode of Gold, my favorite sports team.
Okay, go on.
Since St. Patrick's Day is coming up on Monday, in honor of the holiday, we're going to be talking about Irish sports. But my name's Tyler Scheid. I'm not Irish.
You sound very uncertain.
What?
You sound very uncertain about anything.
I'm so uncertain. Anyway, my name's Tyler Scheid. What?
Well, I didn't say anything.
You were about to say something. It looked like you were about to say something.
You're very unsure. What's going on, man? You seeing ghosts?
Maybe. There might be a few. It might be the fact that I'm on caffeine for the first time in months.
Oh, why is that?
Because I barely slept, not last night, but the night before, and then this night I slept, but then I felt very exhausted this morning, so I was like, all right, I'll just get rid of these caffeinated drinks in my fridge. So I just downed them. But for the fifth time, my name is Tyler Scheid. I'm the one with the master's degree, the one with the know-how, the one with the sports background, joined by my fellow illustrious host himself, the Lord of eBay, Markiplier.
Hello. How's it going? I'm not in the studio today. Wasn't enough time.
Yeah, we're being Speedy Gonzalez's right now. We're being quick-witted. We're on the internet talking to each other because travel takes time.
Are you sure you didn't mix up the bottle of energy with the bottle of booze?
They could have been mixed. Maybe those caffeinated drinks have been sitting in there so long that they've fermented.
You got some Four Locos in there?
They had to change that formula. You know about that, right?
Oh, I know. They don't sell them anymore.
No, they still sell them, but it's like a different formula, right?
Maybe. Maybe they do. But yeah, no, it was not good for anybody.
No, it was really bad. But how's your day going, Mark?
Good. Busy as usual, but good. Yours?
Pretty good. Was running around trying to deal with some tech issues, but sorted some of them out, but not all of them.
That's my life. Anything new going on?
I'm figuring out my +1 for a gala I'm going to soon.
Oh, look at you going to a gala. Oh, look at this guy.
I've apparently been to New York, but I've never been to New York City, and I'm going to be going to New York City for the first time in my life.
You've apparently been to New York? How are you unsure about whether or not you've been to New York?
Right. So I was a child, right? And when you're a child, you don't always remember things. And there are pictures that are supposedly in New York. I don't see any signage that says it's New York, but I've been told numerous times that we went to New York when I was little, and it was cold and it was wintry, and we went to this winter park with a bunch of Christmas themed things. While there are pictures, I remember none of it. And I remember a lot of things from when I was little, but I don't remember that for whatever reason.
Okay, fair enough.
Anything new with you?
I mean, so much is new with me. I've got all my hobbies and my interests and my work-related hobbies and work-related interests. But nothing too much. It's about stagnant as usual. I mean, I'm trying to get this workshop up and going. Nothing new in the gun front. There's nothing really new to say there. The 22 still sucks, and I haven't gone shooting.
You haven't invested in the Gatlin 22?
I'm not going to buy that. That is such a waste of money. It's like, it'll be cool for like one time, but it's $4,000 to go.
What if your members funded it?
No, that would be an irresponsible way to spend the member money. That's not what that's for.
What if they voted on that's the way they wanted it spent?
They don't get a choice in what they support. That's also part of the thing. They just support me, and me don't want it. That's the bottom line. I don't want it.
But anyway, today we're celebrating some Irish heritage with St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to be talking about sports that maybe even leprechauns themselves have played.
Okay, but leprechauns aren't real.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
yes, I do.
You do?
If we open up the world where leprechauns are real, then we have to accept that many other mythological creatures are real. And that opens a whole can of worms, maybe magical cans of worms that we don't want any part of. So I'm not going to entertain the idea that leprechauns are real because I don't want to get into the horror that is everything else that would go along with it.
It also would be how many different variations of mythical leprechauns existed and which ones are more accurate than others. Because some are evil and some are plucky, interesting ones.
Well, so are humans. There are some evil ones, and then there are some plucky, interesting ones. But most of them are boring, and I imagine the leprechauns are the same way. But we don't need none of them. I am leprechaun racist, and I'm happy to say it.
Leprechaun freedoms. I'm for leprechaun rights on this side of the podcast.
Kill them all! Take their gold!
No, let them grow long beards and stake their gold because it's historically theirs.
Nope. This is just mine. If I get it, it's mine. If I find the end of the rainbow, not only am I gonna find that, I'm gonna find their spine when I rip it out of their back.
What about their charms? They've made them themselves.
I don't care about their charms. I'm gonna melt their charms down to make some gold bars.
No!
That's what I'm gonna do. Yes.
Those poor rainbows will be gone forever because you're killing the leprechauns.
Well, they're not real, and if they were real, I'd still kill them.
Well, luckily they're so real that they're magical that you can't even find them, so you can't kill them.
Or they're not real at all.
Or it was all in our imagination the entire time.
That means not real.
And just like them, we are all your imagination.
I don't think so.
No, if leprechauns aren't real, how do they know we're real?
Because some of them have met me. Many of them have met me.
Yeah, but you could be a really well thought out imagination that they delusionally thought of and thought they could touch.
Once again, if we're entertaining the idea of a grand delusion of the scale that everyone knows I'm not real, then I have to entertain my own reality does not exist, and I don't need that. My ego is too firm and strong to believe that I'm not real. And it wouldn't matter if I wasn't, because I believe I am, and therefore I would be. See, you're unsure. I'm so sure about myself, I anchor reality all the way around me, and I kill leprechauns. That's what I do. I anchor reality, and I kill leprechauns. Those are my two personality traits.
Mine is just uncertainty.
No uncertainty here.
I have one character trait, and I'm uncertain, except for when it comes to sports. I'm the certain master of sports.
Okay, sure. Wink, wonk.
All right, you got any accuses or news you want to talk about today?
No, I didn't get any. It's been too soon since the last batch.
It's true. It's been 2 days. Apparently, the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, the back hurdler himself, just became the NFL's most expensive and highest paid running back.
How much?
This happened 3 hours ago. $41.2 million contract extension over 2 years.
2 years? 41 mil?
41 mil.
Damn. That's not bad. Not a bad payday. How do those sports like sustain that? How can that possibly be sustainable?
Television rights and billionaire owners that make people pay for the new stadiums. That's how.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's television rights and ticket sales, advertisers, beer sales, vendor sales. You know, it's like anything. If something is taking a wrong direction that you don't like, you don't have to buy it. Therefore, you can just be like, oh, this company's doing something I don't like. I could maybe go to a different company and buy the things there instead of that company. Or find other avenues like growing your own food. This is how you make an impact on businesses because they care about their bottom line.
Mm-hmm. That is true. But growing your own food is a little bit more technical than you might think, but still try it. It's worth it. It's a skill that might pay off in dividends down the road because you can feed not only your family, if you grow enough, you can feed your entire neighborhood. And if everyone's growing, then oh my God, that's a lot of food.
And you can make sure that there are not big chemicals used in your food and it's clean and organic and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. That's the one news thing that I saw, and it was 3 hours ago, so it was brand new. So now we're getting into the holiday sports that we're going to talk about, which aren't holiday sports. They're just Irish sports, but because the holiday is Irish founded, we're going to talk about sports from Ireland.
Okay.
So, Mark, in the past, on St. Patrick's Day, we covered hurling. The glorious sport that it is, with massive violence and large sticks, thwopping a ball across a field.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, we're going to talk about the Poc Fada. Poc Fada.
Talk about the what now?
The Poc Fada.
The Poc Fada.
Let me check my pronunciation here.
I'm sure that's exactly right.
Poc.
Poc Fada.
Oh, it sounds like father. Poc Fada. Here, I should probably share the screen so you can hear it. Here, you ready for this one?
Poc.
All right, so you got that one. You got that one. Now I'm going to do the Fada one. This one's great.
Father.
See, it sounds like father right there.
Father.
Still father like.
That's Fada.
Fada? Poc Fada, which I assume is hitting a puck into your father.
Type them together. Give me it together.
It wouldn't give me them together.
All right, I guess no one said it. Then this sport now must not be very popular if it's not even said.
Well, maybe it was made by the leprechauns. And since you don't believe the leprechauns are real, then maybe you don't believe this is real. But this sport is apparently based on hurling, which is a sport we covered previously. I do have video evidence of this sport existing that I should now share with you. This is the 60th anniversary, which was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know.
This is a competition rooted in history, celebrating the heritage of the game of hurling.
Based on the old Satanta story of Satanta crossing the mountain, hitting his ball with a hurley on the way from Dundalgan to Owenmacka to the party at the King's Palace in Owenmacka.
Did he finish his sentence there? I couldn't even tell what he was trying to say.
Yeah, we can retry.
So when he went over the mountain, he had hidden his hurley, hidden his stick, and then he went over, and I feel like it just cut off after this.
Yeah, here, we'll try.
Satanta crossing the mountain, hitting his ball with a hurley on the way from Dundalgan to Owenmacka to the party at the King's Palace in Owenmacka.
Okay.
I guess he finished it.
Yeah, he was hitting his hurley ball all the way from Townbacka to the King's party.
Yep. So, since we saw the swinging of the schlitter, that's the stick, the schlitter. Sounds like shitter, but with an L. We should talk about what the actual puck fada is. And apparently it's an Irish phrase that translates to long puck. That makes a little bit more sense. So I guess fada is long and puck is puck.
Makes sense.
So it refers to a hurling and camogie competition where players race to hit a hurling ball called a sliter or a schleiter the fewest number of times over a set distance, seemingly similar to golf.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's very golf-like, except it's just for distance.
Yeah, it's just distance. There's no hole to put the ball in. It's usually across a countryside with potentially difficult terrain for you to stumble, trip, fall, get stabbed by sharp rocks, and have a leprechaun loot your body for gold. So think of it as cross-country hurling.
Okay.
So taking baby Mark back in time, to the town.
Town and time.
And the
to
countryside.
The time in the town. You remember that time we went on the town and time?
It's the time town, the town of time.
Yeah, the time town.
Yeah,
town of time where you go time traveling.
Yep, exactly. To the time traveling tavern with the talking Tyler.
You talk Fok Potta with the Pock Fada, and you go to the grandfather and then the godfather of the Pock Fada, and then you talk to the Pock Fada until you go to the time traveling tavern of the Talk Fada, where you talk to the Talk Fada and then you talk about Pock Fada.
And then you got the Pock Shorta, the Pock Medium, and the Pock Fada, and the Pock Extra Fada. So the different distances for you to Pock your Fada.
Yeah, and then the Pock Mada Fada, which is different than the Pock Mada and Mada Fada together. Pock Mada Fada in the tavern for the Pock Fada and the Mada. That's where I was born.
And when the Pock Fada meets the Pock Mada, then they can become the Pock Fada Mada, and then they can get the Pock Son or Pock Data, then live happily ever Pocking Fada Mada Data Sana.
Sure.
Sweet. So taking baby Mark back in time. It's the summer of 1960. The Pock Fada competition is fresh on the horizon, but nobody knows what a Pock Fada is at the time. Competition based on an ancient Irish myth that with your Pock Fada read to you in bed. A boy, Irish demigod, set out from his home at Dundalgan to the king's court at Imanmaka, hitting a schleiter in front of him. Then running ahead to catch it after hitting it, trying to catch the ball over the Cooley Mountains.
Do you have to catch it?
Yeah, he was going for it. He was running to catch it.
Do you have to catch it, though?
I don't know if he has to catch it. It didn't seem like that guy was running immediately after hitting his schlata into the ball and launching it many distances down yonder. Apparently, this ancient journey, this course, his journey, baby Mark, walking step by step, schlatter hit after schlatter hit, running to catch the ball, was 3 miles and 320 yards. He did this.
How many times did he hit it?
many, hundreds, thousands,
I
many,
thought there
many
was
times.
like a 3 swing going a mile.
Oh, he is a demigod. He hit it once, and it was his one hit that he ran and caught that determined the length of the field and the course, which was 3 miles and 320 yards laid out. 2 men have officially laid it out in the county Louth in Ireland. This course now stretches from Enschede to Anaverna Mountain to fields of the Mills family in Agameen. Man, I really want you to see these words to see if you can pronounce it. I've got a pronunciation thing here for Dundelgan. Here, I'm going to just send this part to you.
Oh, no, I see it. What? That's not a
right?
pronunciation guide.
That's the pronunciation. And I could not find anything to tell me how to pronounce that. Wait, I may have found one. Say what you thought it was real quick.
I don't think of anything. I've never thought a thought in my life. You'll never catch me with a thought. No. There's no thoughts.
Dundelgan.
Dundelgan.
That's so simple.
It's a done deal, Gan.
It's a done deal.
It's a done
again.
deal.
Done deal. Done deals again. He went from Dundelgan to Iman Maka, apparently.
Okay.
And then over the mountains and through the woods to the king's party he goes.
I thought he went over a mountain.
Yeah, over the mountain and through the woods.
Oh, you said over the mountain. I was like,
I said it. That was the first thing I said.
It's supposed to be over a mountain, man. He went over a mountain.
Yeah, for his Puckfada, to meet his Puckmada.
He went over the mountain.
Because he's a demigod, and so he's trying to show off to his Puckmada to win their approval. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, all right, good, yeah.
I'm being choked out by the gods themselves.
Yeah, probably because this is such a butchery of what this is, but I think we should just plow forward anyway.
So apparently, now people have measured out this course that's 3 miles and 320 yards long, laid out by 2 men, and determined that this is the course officially that we are going to play Puckfada. In late July 1960, a notice was put up in the local youth club, Kuman Ogra Nom Mon Fatima Dundalk. What the
Whoa.
Is there supposed to be a comma here? Is this like 2 people's names?
No, I think that might be one person.
Jeez. Inviting under minus 16. Oh, under 16 hurlers.
What? Under minus 16? Hey, you want me? Hey, why don't I take over?
No. Hold on 1 second. In all fairness, in water polo, we have under ages things, and it's called U16, U18, U12. It never had a dash. So I was very confused, thinking that minus 16 was like their handicap, like in golf.
Yeah.
And I just now realized that it's under 16 years old hurlers to try out the course, which makes sense for it to be in the youth club. But yeah, go ahead. You can take on the next one.
All right. So let's back up a few steps so everyone knows what the hell is going on. We're talking about an Irish sport that's called Puckfada, which is basically just hitting a ball with a long stick, similar to a hurley, but not quite, right?
The similar to hurling, it's the same stick and ball used in hurling.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, so it's exactly the same stick and ball as in hurling. Now, instead of playing on a team, you're just whacking it. So if you've ever went out in the woods, you ever just hit something with a stick, imagine you're still trying to chase down that thing you hit with the stick so you can go farther, okay? All right, that's what we got. So, some person, Kuman Ograno Minun Fatima Dundalk, invited kids to go play the game. The notice drew a response from 6 young hurlers: Mal Begley, Damien Callan, Peter Crilly, Sean McHanany, Jerome McDonough, and Peter Miles.
I think these are pronounced Damien Callan and Sean McAnally and Jerome McDew.
It's definitely not McAnally.
That's true.
I can tell you that.
Did I say McAnally?
Yes, yeah, there's not an L in that name.
But I think it's McDew for Jerome.
McDew.
Could be. I could be wrong. But Peter Miles is probably accurate.
Maybe. You never know with Irish. Okay, so we've read this word before. It looks like schleotars, but it's pronounced Schleider.
Schleiders.
Schleider. were purchased. Flags were made from old sheets, and all was in readiness for the contest on 8th of August, 1960. And remember, this is something to reflect an ancient journey that some demigod made, and the course is 3 miles long and 320 yards. Okay, all right, that's where we all are. The weather on the day was fine when the competition began, and as the day wore on, rain came down and the wind began to blow hard. By the end of the day, the soft schletters took on the shape of miniature rugby balls, because apparently they're made of something that can absorb water.
Wood.
They're made of wood?
The schlotters, the stick is made of wood.
Oh, took the shape of miniature rugby. No. Schletters can't be the stick. It's a rugby balls. No, it's a hurling ball. That's the ball.
Oh my God, what is the stick called?
It's the hurley. Why do I remember this and you don't?
It's just called the hurling stick or the hurley. You're right.
I've
been wrong this whole time as I've been reading this.
All right, my confidence is what gets me through everything. The certainty that I have about this. And every time I pronounce a name, it is going to be exactly how it's pronounced. Later, a match was organized between Waterford and Kilkenny to promote hurling in the Louth area. The match was played in Dundalk, and at the dinner after was legendary Kilkenny goalkeeper Ollie Walsh. The legendary goalkeeper was challenged by... That capitalization isn't even in the right place. And to Athair Poe to complete the all-iron Pockfada. Ollie took up the challenge and the seeds were sown for the first all-iron competition later that year. What in the fuck are we even talking about?
Apparently it's just a competition to hit ball far, least amount of times to traverse the course.
That should have been the entire section. Why are we watching about this youth league match back in 1960?
This is how it began. The demigod.
This is how it began.
The demigods.
I thought it was a demigod that just whacked something else.
The demigods whacked stuff in the myth, and so then they're like, hey, you kids, you should try this out and do this course because you're like a demigod to your parents if your parents were gods. And so then afterwards, then the adults that were big hurling people were like, I could hit it harder than you. And the other guy's like, no, you can't. Yes, I can. And then they had a competition, and thus spawned the All-Ireland Pockfada, which is the Pockfada Championship of the world. And it is crossed between both men and women now play, because hurling is the best young hurler, which is the male sport, versus the camogie, which is the women's hurling style of sport. And they test their skills of who hit ball harder. It's like caveman throw rock. I throw rock further. But they do stick whack, Schleiter go far.
In a way, it's similar to the Scottish sports, which I don't know if we fully covered. I think we touched on them a little bit. Of throw rock real hard, throw log real far.
Oh, the Highland Games.
The Highland Games, yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's hitting with stick.
Yeah. You hit Schleiter ball with stick. I wonder if it started with hit rock with stick, much like golf.
Probably.
You know what? I wonder if the Irish and the Scots fight over who created golf first, and they're probably fighting over who made the bag-based...
The Irish and the Scots fighting? That could never happen.
The Irish and Scots fight over who made bag-based pipe instruments first, because you got the Irish pipes and you got the bagpipes from Scotland. They're just all collectively, and I imagine, this is the crazy part, that demigod was probably somebody that was Scottish and Irish and was just like, what if I just mingle and tell people and to do these things, and then they go out and do them, and then they'll battle over who came up with it first, but in reality it all started at the same time, and I just want it for my amusement.
Listen to this nerdy ass demigod here. What kind of lame demigod? Man, listen, I'm gonna play a cool prank on them.
He's the same creator who made Warhammer.
I don't think so.
No, probably not. But anyway, apparently the All-Ireland Pockfada Championship takes place during the Saturday of the Irish August public holiday each year, and it has been that way since 2005. The original one took place in August, which I believe is also around the same time of that holiday. So here's how you play. Mark, take part in competition.
Who are you?
Get stick.
Okay.
Get ball, also known as Schleiter. Go to course. Hit Schleiter with hurling. Hit to top of mountain. Then to next city over. Take break. Drink booze. Sleep.
I'm a baby. I don't know about that one.
Drink bottle. Sleep.
What's in the bottle?
Milk from Pakmata.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Then continue down to other town place on Gobelon. 3.1 miles.
People are gonna be more mad about this episode than they were about the hockey episode. This is we're gonna get destroyed. We're gonna get annihilated. We have no hope.
Winner is whoever complete course with fewest throws or hit with bat.
Throws? I thought I was hitting it.
That is hitting it.
Oh, okay. All right then.
UC map, of course.
Who are you?
Caveman. Unsure.
How primitive do you think 1960s Ireland was? How regressive do you think?
Caveman did first. They uncovered history. Demigod.
I believe it. I believe it. Look, I believe it, man. I'm
Caveman was demigod.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Cool.
All right. So that's one sport to honor St. Patrick's Day or dishonor St. Patrick's Day, however you decide to view this episode. Now we move on to road bowling. Do you know anything about road bowling?
I could guess.
Okay, take a guess.
I'm guessing you throw something in the middle of a road, much like bowling, which probably back in the day was a lot less dangerous than it would be today, but that's just what makes the sport appealing. You know, getting out in the middle of the highway and throwing a bowl in your bowls. Oh, what a rush. Feeling them go past you. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, glorious, fun times. Fantastic and fun for the whole family. Let's see what it is, actually.
Why is it so wet? Oh, because there's water.
Road bowling.
Whoever covers the course in the least amount of shots. That's what it is.
Round rocks. Oh, it looks like you get to choose like you do with Conkers. I like how this video is entirely titled Road Bowl. Oh, they're betting. We don't need this in our episode. No more gambles. All those people lost their money.
What's with the belly shots? What is this cinematography?
I don't know. Watch still ball for 5 minutes. All right, here we go. Now we see the road. He crossed the line. He did too.
And here's some cows.
And some boats.
Wow.
And there's some level of road bowling. All right, so there's more interesting road bowling because you can play it in traffic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what is road bowling? Game where you take a small iron or steel cannonball. Oh, it's not a rock. Called a bowl, and you hurl it down a 1 to 2 mile road. Throws can roll up to 300 yards, and similar to golf, the player with the fewest throws to the finish line wins. Another one just throws to the finish.
All right.
This sport can be traced back to the 1600s, where it was much safer than it is today.
Depending on what?
Vehicles on the road.
Right, okay.
That
right.
only.
Okay.
Safer
right,
for the actual action of doing the sport, not...
Right, okay, gotcha,
Right.
gotcha.
And a legend is that Dutch soldiers brought it to Ireland when William of Orange came to Ireland in 1689, while another legend says that Irish patriots robbed the English of cannonballs and rolled them down a country lane by the light of a full moon. And in the process of stealing, they were trying to see who could get there with the least amount of tosses. Now, this sport is apparently particularly common in the county of Armagh in the north and County Cork in the south. Now, each county just developed their own distinctive style of rolling them balls and rules. The first recorded match between Cork and Armagh was September 1928, meeting at the Napa Road, Armagh, between winner Tim Delaney of Cork and Peter the Hammerman Donnelly of Armagh, before 10,000 specters onlooking as they rolled balls miles.
Spectators. Specters would be ghosts. It's not 10,000 ghosts.
10,000 specters and spectators.
Well, fair enough.
After hundreds of years of localized bowling, Road Bowling of Ireland was formed in County Cork in 1954, the official governing body. And the first national championships took place between the two cities in 1963. With over 20,000 spectators, could be people, could be specters, filled the 3-mile Moy Road course in Armagh to see Danny McPartland of Armagh win over Derry Kenny of Cork. Today's version has spread in the 1990s to West Virginia when an American tourist brought 6 Irish road bowling balls home from a trip to Ireland, probably stealing them, like the myth says of the legend of the Irish stealing them from English.
Entirely possible.
And introduced the sport to a local Irish Spring Festival. The sport caught on and is still played in West Virginia today. Now, West Virginia roads, if you know West Virginia, it's very mountainous. It's very windy. There's stuff that could fall off the edges. So I have a note to look up the roads in West Virginia. I don't know what that means.
I think it means you look up the roads in West Virginia.
All right, we're going to look at some images of roads in West Virginia.
Thrilling.
Very exciting stuff. Top tier stuff.
Everyone pull over to the side of the road till we can... they're very pretty. That's very pretty.
Switchback mountains. Some of them seem flat, but it looks like a lot of ups and downs and twists and turns with like edges.
Just like life.
Just like life. Sometimes your ball's going to roll off the cliff. It's about how you roll back up the mountain instead.
What if it doesn't stop? What if it just keeps going? What if it just keeps tumbling down the mountain?
You just got to keep chasing it until it finally finds a resting place, because that's the next place you throw from. So hope it's rolling in the right direction down the mountain.
All right, I'm going to reinvent this sport because I think I know a thing or two about sports and I know how to improve this. It needs consistency. So I'm going to adapt it to a normal track, right?
Okay, like a track and field track?
Yeah.
Okay.
Track and field track. So it's strategy, right? You can't throw it too hard because you got curves. So you place like regular or irregular obstacles where you can bank it off of things to go around the corners. And so around the perimeter there's like pillars and obelisks, and some round, some flat, some at angles, some at like different spots, some really thin, some thick but less angles. So it's like if you get it nice and direct on, you can get ahead and go forward, and then you keep going around a few times, and the first one to get around however many times they wanted for this, which is like 3 miles, go around 12 times, win.
But I mean, that's still consistent. And if everyone's rolling on the same course, it's the same course. Just like golf is the same course. They play on the same course against each other. So if they're rolling on the road, the only difference is when you got to dodge the cars and timing it when the cars are driving by so that you get it on the wheel and have it shoot forward.
Well, you replicate that. You do this while they're running other races on the track. See?
Yeah.
The danger is still there. You're just chucking your cannonballs all the way down the track. If you trip someone up, that's penalty.
Or if you hit them and kill them, you're completely expelled from the sport forever.
I would be shocked if you managed to kill someone by hitting their foot.
Well, the thing is, if you got obstacles, it could bounce up and nail them in the head.
I think the chance of that is absurdly low. I don't think that can happen.
Listen, I have a friend who had a shot put ball dropped on their head, so...
That's very different. That's very different.
The cannonball, shot put cannonball.
No, being dropped on the head and someone going, oh, I know some people bowl up a little bit sometimes accidentally, but these are professionals. I think the other side of that.
Yeah, but to become a professional, you have to be an amateur first.
Well, stay out of the way of those babies.
All right, so basically the thrower runs to their throwing mark, extends their arm, it bowls as fast as they can, and the guy behind him bowls also, and the throwing mark of the arm is snapped forward with arching back and shoulders, releasing the ball before stepping over the mark. I saw those guys cheating. They were stepping over the mark. Or the thrower might throw in the cork style, where the thrower runs up to the mark and the arm and bowl are lifted up and back and then rolled downward in an underhand throw, releasing the bowl before stepping over the mark. So apparently the Arma style is throwing like overhand.
Ah, okay.
No, it's still underhand. Why is it? These are the same. I guess one's you start with the arm back and the other one is you start and then run. That's not much of a difference. One, you're allowed to wind up and throw it, and the other one you have to run like this.
One half Naruto running towards your goal. Yeah, I think that's about right.
The ball stops, you make a new chalk mark, and then you have to throw behind that mark for your own ball. Because there are tight curves and corners and roads meet, the loft must strike the road and loft over it. So you have to hit the road and bounce it And then that's how you avoid cars as well, is you gotta bounce it over them.
Or through them or under them. You could technically go either through the windshield or under them.
Or if you're really smart, you can embed it into their trunk, and then as the car drives, it just keeps going to the finish line and hope it continues on the path you need it to go.
Listen, we're playing real, whatever the hell this one,
Road
Irish
bowling.
bowling. The cars are coming towards us.
Oh, so you have to dodge them as you're trying to bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
that's where the
Frogger.
real rush is.
Frogger road bowling. So it's all about the fewest throws to reach the finish line.
Fascinating.
That's the 2 Irish sports we decided to cover for this fantastic support of Irish heritage for St. Patrick's Day.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. They're going to be really happy with this one. Let me tell you, Ireland, oh, yeah, they're going to be excited. They're going to be, wowee, I'm going straight to the subreddit to write something about this.
It'll just all be about pronunciations, nothing else. Nothing could possibly go wrong. The funniest thing is I spent like an hour or 2 going through this and I still was struggling.
That's all right. You got through it. We made it. Just like most Irish sports, it's all about toughing it out. You know, you'll get to the end eventually. Just keep going.
It's about figuring out not falling down the mountain like your ball, your Schleider, or your bowling ball, road bowling ball. It's about how you bounce back up the mountain to achieve victory and find the pot of gold that the real leprechauns have and hold dear.
Mm-hmm.
He confirmed it. See? He believes in leprechauns. He knows they're real.
It might be Schlitter.
Schlitter?
Schlitter. It might be. Oops.
But that's the ball. The stick is called the hurley. That's this episode. Happy St. Patrick's Day on Monday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Anything you want to add now?
Oh, what could I possibly add?
It was a perfect episode, like the perfect movies.
Perfect.
If you want to accuse us, there's a place you can do that called Reddit.
What? Why would they do that?
I know, nothing was wrong. It was a perfect episode. Reddit.com/r/gmfst. That's where you can do that. Bring your pots of gold, your rainbows, and your red balloons, and your lucky charms as you accuse us for this perfect episode. Mm-hmm. And then store.gmfst.com to get your merch. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe out there and wear green so you don't get pinched. Bye.
Bye.